Is Trump's proclamation that H-1Bs, L-1s, and other work visas are banned lawful? That exact question was heard today in oral arguments in a federal case in the Northern District of California. On September 11th, Judge Jeffrey White heard oral argument for preliminary injunction in the case of National Association of Manufacturers and the U.S. Chamber of Commerce versus Homeland Security, challenging Presidential Proclamation 10052 in the U.S. Federal Court in the Northern District of California. Welcome to Voice of Immigration. I'm immigration attorney Jon Velie and CEO of OnlineVisas, the intelligent immigration platform. Let's dig into the case. We tuned in to watch the Chamber of Commerce lawyer Paul Hughes argue that the president's powers do not extend to contradicting the law. They can only supplement them. This issue turned on whether the presidential proclamation barring the entry of foreign nationals on H-1B, H-2B, L-1, and J visas based on a domestic economic impact stemming from the COVID-19 pandemic was lawful. Mr. Hughes argued to make such a proclamation required foreign relations and national security. He said historically the types of issues that these kind of presidential proclamations included three types of situations. Number one, bars to citizens from certain countries that the U.S. has a diplomatic strain. Number two, members of organizations such as terrorist groups. Number three, behavior of people, like dictators or those engaging in cyber attacks. They have not been used and cannot be used to contradict the regulations. They can only supplement them. He said the proclamation contradicted the regulations and gave a few examples. Number one, increasing the prevailing wage of H-1B visas. Number two, increasing the term an employee must have spent with a company from 1 year to 2 years for an L-1 visa. And number three, limiting the industries that can obtain visas. He suggested that these types of regulatory matters are the purview of Congress, and they should be issued through regulation with notice and comment period. The government's attorney countered that all issues involving aliens were issues of foreign affairs, and that cited the case of Hawaii versus Trump to support his position, granting the president very broad powers in this realm. The case may come down to the level of deference or power a president may be given to implement such proclamations. He has a higher level of deference for issues of foreign affairs than domestic affairs. As the purpose of the proclamation is to protect American jobs based on domestic economic issues, it is a tough argument for the government here. Further, the Trump administration has been countered by the courts on numerous instances for going too far with its agency because it attempts to circumvent or follow long-established processes. This administration has openly taken on the H-1B visa, using the pandemic and the economic downturn to change the law using an emergency proclamation is not the proper way to change law. The Chamber of Commerce attorney argued the framers of the Constitution did not intend to give a president absolute powers to remove the powers of Congress to establish laws. Judge White raised the question to the government attorneys whether the open-ended proclamation was just an indefinite change of the law. But he also asked the plaintiff's attorney how the president's use of INA 212F, INA stands for the Immigration and Naturalization Act, that can suspend or improve any regulation by the president, was violated when the president issued this regulation. The Chamber's attorney said the clause had to work within the framework of the law and the Constitution, and it was not absolute. We will be monitoring this important case closely. So stay tuned by subscribing to OnlineVisas' YouTube channel and turn on your notifications to stay in the loop. We'd like if you'd also like and share those. If you want more information, go to OnlineVisas.com. And if you want to talk about your case or your situations, set up a free strategy session. This is Jon Velie. I'm the CEO of OnlineVisas, and we deliver dreams.